Have you ever wondered how us, the human race, was created? Have you ever questioned how him, how her, how that child, how me, how you were created? How our ancestors was created? I'm gonna answer all of those questions religiously. Well, it's technically not religion. It's more like literature, and because we're gonna talk about mythology, more specifically Greek mythology. So yeah. In the beginning of time, Earth was ruled over by the Titans. Titans were the offspring of Uranus and Gaia. They once ruled over the entire universe, but they were dethroned by the Olympian gods. There are 30 Titans in total. One of these Titans was named Prometheus. With his power of foresight, he predicted the Olympic gods would win over the Titans during the Titanomachy. Titanomachy is the battle between the Titans and the Olympian gods. This is where the Titans were imprisoned in Tartarus, and this is where the Olympian gods became the kings of the universe. Because he was smart, he didn't go against the gods, and so he was able to escape being imprisoned in Tartarus. Tartarus is the deepest part of the underworld. It is used as a dungeon of torment and suffering for the wicked. It is a dark abyss. It was also the name of a god, one of the earliest beings in existence. Prometheus is one of the Titans, and he is known as the supreme trickster and a god of fire. The personality of Prometheus was cunning, intelligent, and would cause mayhem wherever he may go. Prometheus could wield the power of forethought. That was the reason why he survived being imprisoned in Tartarus during the Titanomachy. Zeus was the god of the sky, lightning, thunder, law, and order. He was also the king of the Olympian gods. The personality of Zeus was wise, fair, just, merciful, and prudent, but also easily angered. And from time to time, he would come out for some fun. The Keraunos, more commonly known as the Master Bolt, is the weapon of Zeus, the symbol of Zeus's power, which all other lightning bolts are copied from. It is the first and most powerful weapon that the elder Cyclopses made for the Olympian gods. Festus is the god of artisans, blacksmiths, carpenters, craftsmen, fire, metallurgy, metalworking, sculpture, and volcanoes. Festus was a kind and lovable god. Festus wielded a smith's hammer as his weapon. Epimetheus is the god of afterthought and excuses. The personality of Epimetheus is foolish and rash. The powers of Epimetheus was superhuman strength, stamina, durability, and immortality. All strengths of Athena was the goddess of wisdom, craft, and warfare. Athena was a confident, practical, clever, a master of disguise, and a great warrior. Athena carried multiple weapons in her lifetime: a sword, a spear, and a shield. She once also used the head of a Gorgon, Medusa, and she was once gifted the thunderbolt of her father, Zeus. Hades is one of the three sons of Kronos. He is the brother of Zeus and the god of the dead and the underworld. Hades' personality is depicted in many ways. In some places, he is depicted as stern and pitiless, but in others, he is depicted as chill, and compared to the other gods, he is better than most. Hades held two weapons, a bindant and the cap of invisibility. When a person wears it, the person will become invisible. Poseidon is one of the three sons of Kronos. He is also the brother of Hades and Zeus. He is the god of the sea, earthquakes, and horses. He was also the king of the underwater nation called Atlantis. Poseidon has a very chaotic personality. He has a short temper, a violent nature, and constant mood swings. We begin with a god named Zeus, the king of the Olympian gods, called upon two titans, Prometheus and Epimetheus. Zeus gave them a mission to populate the earth, the land, the seas, and the sky. Cover it with as many creatures as you can, for the gods are bored of this barren land. So off they went to complete this mission. But first, they went up to Mount Olympus to visit Hephaestus. They asked him for tools to create the creatures of the earth. Then they took a box full of powerful gifts. Then they descended upon the earth. They started off by setting up their tools. Then they collected some mud. Epimetheus started making creatures. He had thousands of ideas on creatures, while Prometheus wanted to make the perfect mortal creature. Epimetheus created the cheetah and gave it the gift of speed. He made the elephant and gave it the gift of strength, and the birds were given the gift of flight. Every creature he makes, he gives a gift. He spends days just making creatures. Day and night, there's creatures upon creatures, while Prometheus thinks on how to make a perfect mortal creature. Until one day, Epimetheus knocks on Prometheus' door and says, "All the gifts are gone." Then Prometheus storms off in anger. He takes some mud and starts shaping a creature from limbs, bones, to the brain, and to the heart. He molded this creature off the only gift he could give, and that gift was the image of the gods. After that, Prometheus and Epimetheus presented their work to Athena. Epimetheus showed every creature he made, all the land dwellers, the sea creatures, and the creatures that roam the skies. It nearly took a day, and by the end, Prometheus was able to present his work to her. And once she laid her eyes on the human, she was amazed. And then Prometheus asked to Athena to give them life. And so she took a deep breath and blowed and gave humanity life. After that, humanity was released to the world, but Prometheus was far from happy. Because even though they resembled the gods, they had no power over the world. They had no strength. They had no speed. They couldn't even fly. They feared every creature they saw. They would hide behind rocks. They would hide behind trees. And they would live in caves out of fear. But the thing that most tormented them was the darkness of the night. They were far from the perfect mortal beings. But then, Prometheus had an idea. He would teach them how to survive, and he would give them a weapon. He went to the humans and took out a torch and lit it on fire. After that, he trained humanity the ways of cooking, mining, fighting, hunting, and the creation of tools. The humans were now thriving. They didn't fear the animals, they fought back. They didn't fear the dark because the flames lit their way. In Mount Olympus, Zeus was watching the blooming of this new species. Then he decreed they will honor the gods with sacrifices. Prometheus suggested that a bull would be the creature that would be sacrificed. So the next day, Zeus gathered all the gods and titans to earth, so they may see the creations of Prometheus and Epimetheus. As the gods and titans descended on earth, you see Zeus leading them. Right beside him were Hades and Poseidon, his brothers. When they finally reached their destination, they were met with a giant table filled with food. They sat down and started partying, drinking ambrosia and eating the food, while in the middle there was a roaring fire. Prometheus and Epimetheus went in front of the gods and titans and started presenting their creations: mammals, insects, reptiles, amphibians, vertebrates and invertebrates. All the gods and titans cheered and applauded out of excitement. But the creature that captivated them the most were the humans. It was now time for the sacrifice. The bull was split in two, a big pile and a small pile. Before the gathering, Prometheus put all the worst parts of the bull in the big pile, while the small is where the best meat is. So Prometheus let Zeus decide which one he wants. To Zeus's pride, he chose the big pile. Prometheus knew he would do that. Prometheus gave the pile to Zeus. Then he started eating it. Everyone started feeling uneasy because Zeus was angry. After that, Zeus raised his arm. He looked at Prometheus with anger. Then he snapped his fingers, and every flame, every fire in the world disappeared. After that, all the gods left with Zeus. Humans started regressing. Without fire, they couldn't cook, they were cold, and their fear of the dark has returned. Prometheus was outraged. He snuck into Olympus and stole flames from Hephaestus' forges, then gave it to the humans. With fire, they are able to rebuild and thrive once more. But Zeus could see the glow of the world, the glow of the fire. He was furious. He tracked down Prometheus and made Hephaestus chain him down to a rock at Mount Caucasus. After that, Zeus and Hephaestus left. Then a bird came flying down. It used its beak to pierce his skin. He screamed. Then it ate his liver, and it flew away after he was done. But since titans are immortal, the liver could just heal itself, and the bird would return and would do it over and over again, hour by hour, day by day. Zeus returned and gave him the chance to be free if he used his power of foresight to see into the future, to see the person who is destined to throne me, Zeus, because there was a prophecy that a powerful being would dethrone Zeus, but Prometheus refused. So Zeus left, and Prometheus was tortured once more. He screamed, he groaned in this torture until a hero saved him from his endless torture, and the hero's name is Heracles.